Move your body toward deeper levels of physical and spiritual awareness as you explore the fluid hand, arm, and upper torso movements of Danse Orientale, a pathway for awakening creativity and graceful healing harmony. Venture into a place where dance becomes an inspired moment-by-moment journey. Swirling, imagine stars cascading in a spiral, illuminating the beauty, mystery, magic inside of you. Tahya is an Arabic name which means greetings or welcome. Welcome to the Tahya Healing Dance video, an introduction to the movements that resonate with the circular patterns of ancient traditions and healing rituals. Recovering from breast surgery and the stress of your muscles and lymphatic system being radically rearranged requires procedures that will gradually increase your movement and unclog stagnant areas. As a complement to the exercises you may already be doing, this video offers you a way to gradually restore comfort, bringing creativity and graceful healing harmony into your daily life. In this video, we start with focusing on the breath, add a few stretches, and then progress to the soft and fluid arm and upper torso movements. Please consult with your doctor before starting this program. Provided you have a green light, start by raising your arms only as high as is comfortable for you. As you repeat the program, you'll be able to gradually bring your arms, elevating them to shoulder level. And as you continue through the program, you'll find that you'll be able to have full range of motion, raising your arms overhead, and perhaps even adding a few head slides. While this video is primarily focused for women recovering from breast surgery, this dance is helpful for all of us. Dance Orientale is experiencing a renaissance in the new millennium as women discover its ability to melt away stress and restore their femininity, creativity, and a sense of balance in their lives. This dance expresses womanly grace through its round, circular, fluid motions. A true union of body, mind, and spirit. Dance Orientale physically exercises the body, engages the mind, and reveals your spirit, your unique creativity, beauty, and strength, important components to recovering a personal, spiritual connection to health. As integrative medicine practitioners are learning more and more about ancient healing procedures, we are all coming to understand that these are grounded in science, and that pulse and rhythm, sound and movement bring neurological and chemical balance to the body. Through drumming and dance, my classes gently guide you on a journey to bringing these ancient technologies into our modern lives. Next, you will meet Jean and Monica, breast cancer survivors who have experienced a transformation through this healing dance.
Jean, how did you get started in the dance?
Well, actually, it was about 20 years ago when I had my first taste of Oriental dance. I had been having really bad bouts with back pain, and on going to the doctor, I was diagnosed with bulging discs and was suggested that I do either one of two things, either get exercise to strengthen my back and my shoulder and my stomach muscles, or I'd have to accept the fact that I wouldn't be able to physically do a lot of things that I wanted to do. So I opted for the exercise, and I looked into many different exercise programs, but I was always bored until I came across the belly dance. The exercise, I could feel that it was actually doing something to me, and at the same time it didn't hurt. I wasn't straining anything. It was just easy, flowing movements.
I felt much of the same thing when I got started, because although I came to it by way of a gift, after having had a mastectomy and in the middle of some chemotherapy, a friend of mine gave me a gift of 8 classes with Tahya, the Riverview Art Center.
Oh, that's wonderful. That sounds like a wonderful gift.
I wanted to honor my friend for giving me the gift, and when I got into class and saw naturally all women, I felt very comfortable. I noticed all shapes and sizes. Everybody had jobs during the day, and there we were. And when Tahya started the movement, I too felt that organic just pleasure at really moving gracefully in unison with other women, and the ease of movement. I knew it wasn't going to harm my recovery with the scar and my lymph node surgery, so I felt it was the best way to have exercise. But I understand you had a little bout with breast cancer after this initial disc problem and your strengthening of the back.
Yes, I did. I was able to overcome my back problems fairly well, and then I had a traumatic experience. I found that I had breast cancer, and it was doubly traumatic for me because it was the same type that my mother had had, and she had died of breast cancer. So it was very traumatic for me. Fortunately, it was caught in time. I had the breast surgery, and I had radiation, and then I needed to have rehabilitation, physical therapy to get the arm and the shoulder movement, particularly after the lymph node dissection. That's done on most women after the
most
surgery.
painful.
You need to regain the use of the arm and to get the flexibility.
I think that the dance really offers a spiritual component to healing. And Tahya's classes really, she understands, I think, a lot of the woundedness women feel after surgery. And this is an ignored component. Alternative therapies, the doctors are great, but they leave you wanting more. Like you said, you needed an emotional healing.
And Tahya gives the individual so much feel and help as far as emotional help, not only in teaching you the dance, but also in helping you to heal emotionally, to get back into focus with yourself, with your body, your mind, and your spirit, which is, for me, was the most difficult part, even after I was physically healed. I went back to my surgeon and I said, I don't feel well. I still feel terrible. I'm tired and I'm depressed. There must be something wrong. And he said, no, physically you're fine. And what I needed, as he told me and as I realized later, was an emotional type of healing to get in touch with my feelings. And I got that by going to Tahya's classes and enjoying the movements of the dance and the camaraderie,
with
the
other
camaraderie
dancing,
with
lots
the
of
other
support
dancers
from other
and
women
support.
there.
And
the chance to perform publicly. I mean, you and I both performed with Tahya's dance troupe at the Sculpture Garden in Bethlehem. And there's no pressure really to do it publicly if you want, but there's a beautiful way that you can step out and greet the universe again with confidence. Because she offers certain
that's a good part,
venues.
Monica. That's it. Getting your confidence and your self-esteem back after a traumatic experience like breast cancer surgery or any kind of surgery where you need to feel whole again.
And she's able to pull that out, right, with the group.
Absolutely
We all
right.
just kind of blossom. We all can't believe that we are as strong as we are and as beautiful as we are.
Absolutely.
And that's because Tahya carries the whole weight of the history of dance with the way she presents it. Okay? It's not just her dance, it's the dance back to antiquity. I know, look, we're in costumes. I made my costume. We get into fabrics, all these traditional things that the doctors and all their wisdom really don't touch upon, but that are so much a part of our lives. And when you've gone under the knife, as it were, to use it in rough language,
right.
this is a great way to come out of that with a very positive experience.
That's right. Express yourself to the... I'm sitting here in hot pink. So
Yes.
I guess a part of
And
me
you're
was
60 years old.
I'm 60
and I'm
years
48,
old.
so it's open to all of you.
It's a dance for everyone, and it's ageless.
We wish you
Definitely.
healing.
Take a breath. Feel your energy radiating and streaming through. Think about it streaming now from your center, through your shoulder, and down and out through your fingertips. Let's try just lifting the wrist and releasing it. And lifting and releasing. Now remember, the energy is still streaming out through your fingertips, so the movement still needs to be extended out beyond you. Lift and release, and lift and release. Lift your wrist and bend and let the wrist drop. Okay? Now let's try the other hand. Lift and release. And lift and release. Lift and release. And lift and release. have you noticed that when I lift, my face comes up, my glance comes to you, and as my wrist goes down, my face tilts down and I look down. Lift, and release, and lift, and release. Now let's put it together. Lift the one hand and release, then lift the other hand and release. And lift, and lift, and lift, and lift, lift, and lift. And if you're feeling daring, see if you can incorporate a little bit of that shoulder roll with it and have one hand roll over the other. And you can lean forward with it and look straight in the eye of your loved one and come back. I'd like to mention that there's another beautiful memory I have from reading a variety of books. It's an inspiration about the golden mirror. In that mirror is the reflection of the most beautiful, gorgeous, creative being you have always been intended to be. And when I invite you to look at this movement and to reach forward and to lean into the movement and to look over your hands and out into the eyes of your loved one, it could very well be the reflection of your beautiful creative being that you're looking at, who's looking back at you and blessing you to use all of that creativity you have stored inside of you. The next movement I'd like to show you is continuing to use the movement of the wrist, but now instead of moving it up and down, we're going to move it forward and back, and forward and back, 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 forward and back. Now you may be noticing that my fingertips are kind of curling in. I don't want you to necessarily feel that your wrist is just going to bend here and nothing's going to happen with your fingertips. What's happening is my fingertips are sort of cupping and creating a rounded motion around sort of a ball, if you will. And then as I bend my wrist, the fingertips extend out, the energy streams out, and they push down. And then they lift, and they push down. This is really fun to do. It takes a while until you feel you have the fluidity in your fingertips. But what you need to do is just practice, practice, practice like anything else. So you're lifting, and pushing, and lifting, pushing, and lifting, pushing, and lifting, and pushing. Lift. 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 Have fun with that. Play with that. You'll get it. Let's take a minute to expand your vocabulary of movement for your arms now. The first thing I want to do is position your fingers, because without beautiful hands and fingers, executing your arms won't be graceful. So let's imagine that we're holding a lemon between the middle finger and the thumb. That will put your fingers into a nice position. Okay, and we'll do the same thing on the other hand. So you're holding a lemon. Now, keeping that position, always holding that lemon and holding on to it tight, okay? Don't let it go. Bring your arms down to your sides. Now we're going to lift the arm up, roll the wrist, and look at the lemon. Then let the wrist rotate down and present the lemon out to the side. Let me do that directly to you so you can see what that looks like. So the palm comes up, you're still holding the lemon, palm comes up, you look at the lemon, drop the wrist, and then present the lemon. Rotate the wrist, look at the lemon, drop, and present it out to the side. So let's do that out to the side now. Lift the arm up, lift the wrist, rotate, look at the lemon, fingertips down, and present it out. Other side. Lift the arm up, rotate the wrist, look at the lemon, and present it out to the side. Again, and lift, look at the lemon, drop the fingertips down, and press it out to the side. Rotate the wrist up, look at the lemon, and press out. Rotate the wrist up, look at the lemon, and then present it out. Rotate the wrist up, look at the lemon, and present it out. And now let's bring both arms down, still holding on to the lemon. One foot behind the other, because what we want to do is create a bit of a hourglass shape, yes? So you want to imagine that you have on sort of evening gown, perhaps the way movie star Mae West would have worn. Remember how she had those really tight, they came in at the knees and then they flared out? So imagine putting your legs into that posture so that you can create a more beautiful shape as you do your arm movements. So here we are with one foot behind the other, and we're going to bring the one arm up, sweeping up, overhead, fingertips roll in, and then the wrist leads as you come down, palm faces down, and then the arm floats. Other side. Wrist leads, holding on to the lemon. Roll those fingertips in, and then let the wrist lead. Palm faces down, and let the arm float down. And let's just do that one time, both arms together. One more time. Only this time we're going to leave the arms shoulder level when they come down to that position. Now from here, we're going to go into what's commonly known as snake arms. So we're going to let the tricep lead and roll up towards the ceiling, elbows pointed up towards the ceiling. Then you roll that shoulder back, roll the tricep back, and let the arm float down. Energy going out through the fingertips. Try that again. Tricep, elbow, wrist, fingertips. And then let the arm float down. Again, tricep, elbow, wrist, fingertips, arm floats down. Other side, tricep, elbow, wrist, fingertips, arm floats down. Again, tricep, elbow, wrist, out the fingertips, and the arm floats down. And alternate one arm, and then the other arm. Tricep, elbow, wrist, fingertips, arm floats down. Now the next trick is, as one arm is floating down, the other arm is rising up. So here's this one floating down as this one rises up. And then as you become more comfortable with it, you feel the energy rolling from your shoulders out your fingertips. And just let it roll from one side to the other. Let's try doing some shoulder rolls. Some nice, gentle shoulder rolls. Starting with feeling what a shoulder isolation is, let me remind you of the gesture that we use with our bodies when we say, I don't know. It's a simple gesture of raising the shoulders up and down, up and down, up and down, and up and down. Right, I don't know. So you understand the movement of isolating the shoulders up and down because you know how to make the gesture for I don't know. Now that we understand where the shoulder movement comes from, let's try moving both shoulders up, release, and up, release, and up, and release, and up, and release. Now let's try one shoulder. And up, and up, and up, and up, and up, and up, and up. Great. Now what I'd like to invite you to do is think about moving your shoulders forward, rolling them up towards your ear and back. And up, and back, and up, and back, and up, and back. Now let's isolate the movement from one shoulder over to the other shoulder. And I'd like to think by now you're starting to get the idea that even doing a motion like this can be so sensuous. Part of the illusion of the mystery and the magic of this movement is that you feel the movement coming all the way from your center of creativity, from your center of power, from within your solar plexus, radiating up and into your shoulders and extending back and around and back. And there's one other little tip I'd like to tell you about. The golden rule in Indian dance of Bharatanatyam says that where the hand goes, there goes the eye. And where the eye goes, there goes the mind. And where the mind goes, there goes the emotion. And where the emotion goes, there goes the rasa, or your spirit, out. to the universe, out into infinity. And I tell you this because part of the magic of your dance is to follow the movement with your eye. So as you're rolling your shoulder, follow the movement with your eye and let your head follow the eye. And now it's all starting to piece together, isn't it? And full time. And have fun with it. Explore the movement. You can do slow, slow, quick, quick, quick. 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 Great. Let's also try putting a little bit of movement from the interior, using the rib cage and feeling it and extending it out through the fingertips. So we're going to push forward and back with the rib cage. Forward and back. Forward and back. Now I know this is kind of advanced if you haven't ever isolated movement in your upper torso, but I think this is so important for all of us. I think our culture prohibits us from feeling comfortable about expressing ourselves through the torso. And I'm inviting you in the privacy of your home to explore this, to open up this place of power and creativity, your center right here, and to push it forward. So that means expanding your rib cage, leaning forward, kind of pulling your shoulder blades back, and move forward, lifting, and then release back into a relaxed position. So we have forward and back, forward and back. Now I have my hand here to help give you an image of what you're doing. Going forward and back, 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 and forward and back. And now let's add our hands to that. Push forward, pull back, push forward, pull back, push forward, pull back, push forward, pull back, push forward, pull back. Now let your hands just float around your body, however you design to move them. Let the doodles that you find on your message pad by your telephone be the inspiration for the patterns of movement that you let your hands trace in the air. The next movement we're going to do incorporates a rolling of the upper rib cage. So what we want to do is do a slight warm-up to get some blood circulating in that part of your body before we start doing that movement. This particular movement that we're aiming toward is something I call Arabic 2. Some of my vocabulary comes from studying with Jamila Salimpour, and I owe her a great debt for creating this vocabulary for my movement. So before we go into Arabic 2, I want to invite you to start moving your rib cage and isolating your rib cage area and sliding it from side to side, side to side. Slide to the side, slide to the side, slide to the side, slide to the side. Now take it down into 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you may notice when my rib cage is extended to this side, my shoulders follow along with it, and it looks like my hips might be extending out in the opposite direction. Well, that's so that I don't fall over. But I'm not moving my hips. My hips are stationary. It's just my rib cage that's moving from side to side. So you want to isolate the upper body, isolate in the rib cage, and slide your rib cage parallel to the floor. Now the next thing we want to do is elongate the torso and then relax and bring it back to neutral. So we're going to start using the torso in an up-down motion. Lengthen and release back to neutral. Elongate the torso and release back to neutral. And elongate the torso and release back to neutral. And elongate and release. Lift, elongate, and back to neutral. Lift and release. Now in Arabic 2, we're going to use a circular motion with the rib cage. So we're going to elongate the rib cage and then roll it back and come into neutral. So lifting, elongating, rolling, contracting and pulling back, and then coming into neutral. Okay, so let's try that. Elongate, lift, contract, center. Lift, elongate, roll back, and center. Forward, extend, contract, release, and forward. Lift, contract, release, and forward, lift, contract, release. Now, one thing that happens from time to time is that you might find your shoulders coming up with your rib cage. Try very hard to imagine that I've come over and set my hand on your shoulder, just inviting you to remember to keep it relaxed as you isolate the rib cage. Okay, so imagine me touching your shoulder and inviting you to keep the shoulder quiet. Let me give you another angle on this. Okay, so you're going to lift the rib cage, bringing it ever so slightly forward so that you can extend and then roll back and come back to neutral. Forward, lengthen, contract, and center. Forward, up, and back. Good. Now, Arabic 2 also incorporates a little bit of up and down in the legs, a sort of down and up, if you will. So we're going to come flat and do a rib cage circle, and then we're going to come up on the balls of the feet in a rib cage circle. Now, as you may have guessed by now, this actually is quite an advanced step, hardly an introductory level step, but it's such a beautiful one, I really wanted to include it on this video for you. So I hope in time you'll be able to find the fluidity and grace within you to be able to execute this step and feel the delicious fluid movements that are flowing within you. Let's try it one more time. Forward, up, and pull back. Forward, 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 and pull back, and forward. Now adding the footwork. Down, pull back, and up, pull back. Down, do a deep knee bend, and then come up on the balls of your feet. So it's a little bit of an illusion of how long the torso gets because we're coming on the balls of the feet. And full time, down and up, down and up, down and up, and down and up, and down and up, and down and up. We have many things to show you in this dance. We've only touched on a few things, but I wanted to give you a taste so that you could enjoy this in the privacy of your home and begin to explore the creativity that resides within you. Many blessings. At age 60, Jean is a healthy, happy, loving wife and grandmother. She found the gentle arm movements and swaying motions of this dance gave her greater range of flexibility and helped her express emotions. Jean says, "When I dance, I delight in a renewed joy for the gift of life." Like a beautiful butterfly unfolding its wings, Jean's veil dance reflects an intimate, precious experience. As the dance spirals out from your inner source, a wondrous joy blossoms forth. The most beautiful, creative person you have always been intended to be is revealed. Be open to the genuine beauty of your exquisiteness. Venture into a place where dance becomes an inspired, moment-by-moment journey. Swirling with a gossamer veil, imagine stars cascading in a spiral around you, illuminating the beauty, mystery, magic inside of you.
Another aspect to the dance that Tahya brings to our classes is Arabic rhythms played on a frame drum, which Tahya is playing right now, and the finger cymbals, otherwise known as the zills. And I'm happy now just to give you a taste of how we bring poetry into the dance by reciting a poem by the 13th century Persian poet Rumi. Rumi was a scholar, but he met a friend, Shams, and after that, poetry took over his life. And I want to recite a little poem that speaks very much to the dance. Dance when you're broken open. Dance if you've torn the bandage off. Dance in the middle of the fighting. Dance in your blood. Dance when you're perfectly free.